Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have The Territory. This is the National Geographic documentary from 2022. It's an hour and 25 minutes, and it's no English, just telling you right now. This is a documentary that came out of Brazil. It's about Brazil. It's about the indigenous people of a specific tribe, and I'm going to Uru-eu-wau-wau. I am sure I butchered that. It is indigenous people that live in the Amazon rainforest, and they are doing their best to preserve the rainforest, not because it is essential to the life of this entire planet. That's important too, but it's their land. It's where they're from. It's where their people have existed for eons. And in this time, this takes place over this is filmed over a number of years, going even into and beyond COVID. COVID actually has an impact on what's going on in this film, so much so that in order to preserve this often fairly remote people, they had to cut themselves off from the people and let them film themselves. And it's not like they're just, primitive people. It's not a thing. That's not that at all. The way they live compared to us in places like this, it seems very, very poor, very bare bones, very basic. Nobody's rolling in wealth in these areas. They are surviving. They are building families. They are building communities. And just by doing that, their lives are being threatened by those in power. The president, Bolsonaro, and the people who exist to invade and destroy the land, deforest the land for their own profit. The agriculture, it is a very frustrating thing when you have people who have such power over a country and do nothing to serve the people of that country, just instead serve themselves and their grab for power, wealth, and dominance over anybody and anyone. There are moments in this even that translate even if you don't know the language. I'm not clear. This is probably Portuguese that everybody's speaking. I could be completely wrong. It didn't sound Spanish, but it was probably Portuguese. I could be wrong. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but make it clear. No English. I don't remember turning on the subtitles, so it might have automatically just said, subtitles for this guy. In this, we get to meet a number of people of different generations that are all connected in this fight to preserve their land, preserve their people, preserve their community. And honestly, there's children in this community. There are elders beyond old in this community, and we get to meet a number of them in this struggle. And not all of them make it through this documentary alive. And it's not natural causes, let's just say that. One of them is murdered along the way. It's terrifying. And at one point, I realize at some points I turn away from the screen and I realize, oh man, I don't understand this language. I need to pay attention to what the words are on the screen. But even before I saw the words, I understood the terror that this woman right here is experiencing. She gets a phone call, a frantic phone call, a girl screaming, telling her, "Mama, come rescue me, just they've got me. And she screams back into the phone, "You're not my daughter. Why are you doing this? I was just with her. Don't you dare do this." And she hangs up on them. But at the same time, the camera is capturing this. At the same time, And again, there are no recreations here. There's no actors pretending to be these people. This is happening in real time. The camera crew follows this woman as she races to her daughter's home to make sure she hasn't made a mistake. And we don't know. She doesn't know. The camera people don't know, and us watching it, they don't give us any clue that, oh, she's fine, or, oh, no, she really was taken. The way it's filmed and put together, it's harrowing. And as we discover her fate, and I won't spoil that one way or the other. It's unnerving, the threat that these people present to these organizations, these businesses, these invaders, people with so much power, that people with voices, the indigenous people. We get to hear a Bolsonaro speech at one point, railing against the indigenous people. I mean, here we are in America, we're like, oh, no migrants, and here they are like, hey, nobody who came from here, who were here before us. It's yeah, well, okay, America has done that as well. We slaughtered billions. Nothing to be proud of. But hey, imperialism in the name of God, maybe. Or money, however we decide to do it. It's never a good thing, and Brazil is having its own share of this. It is fairly open-ended, the way this story ends. After an hour and 25 minutes, you get to see that what their struggle is, what they're fighting for, who they are. You get to see faces, and you get to see what's important is you get to see what and why they're fighting. A lot of people could just go, oh, you know what? Let's just move. Let's just go somewhere else, and we won't have to deal with this. And let these people bulldoze the rainforest. Bulldoze our land that our ancestors have come from. The ancestors, they could do that. And they would be relatively safe. But they don't. And the struggle is real. And there are struggles like this around the world. Make no mistake. We have plenty of wars to deal with right now at a much larger scale than this, but it's no less important. These people's lives and their livelihood is no less important. I'm not going to get preachy here, but the idea is that this is a story worth being told and worth watching. I'm going to highly recommend this to anybody who cares about our planet's ability to breathe and the struggle of real people fighting to survive in the face of a government who doesn't give a shit about them. Why do we put these people in power? Why do they buy their way into power? Well, that's a story for another time. And it's certainly not something that is just something that Brazil deals with. It's good to learn that it's, it's not good to learn. I've done that. It's good to learn, but it's not great to know that the struggle isn't just in one place or two places. It's unfortunate that it's happening in too many places. Highly recommend this documentary. I know maybe you're not really into documentaries, or if you're not into reading a whole lot while watching a movie, but this is definitely worth your time. It's emotional. It is hard-hitting. It is beautiful. You get to see the rainforest at a level that most people never get to see, in a way that, we always, when we look at the rainforest, we always talk about, we see big boa constrictors and snakes and birds and all these other beautiful things existing in there. There's people in these forests too, communities. So it's worth checking out for those reasons alone. Let's pick tomorrow's episode. $1.99. Feels like we had $1.99 recently, but maybe not. Hey, we got a bit of a short. It's not short, I don't think. It's probably like a special episode kind of thing. Something tells me this is Lego related, but it doesn't say it. I could be completely wrong, but it is animated, and it has to do with Marvel. This is Marvel Superhero Adventures Frostfight. So yeah, that's what we're watching next. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's like a 10-minute, 5-minute video. It's more like probably a 20, 30-minute episode or something. Something that will stretch the patience of kids who have no attention span, but is colorful and action-filled enough probably to keep them watching and probably make them want to watch it over and over and over again. We'll see, because I haven't seen it myself, but I know it exists because it's Marvel, and I'll be watching it tomorrow. Marvel's Superhero Adventures Frostfight on the next Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you back here tomorrow with that. Bye.